Right then, boys, welcome back. Episode number 3 of the Man United FIFA 15 career. We won the Premier League last time. We won Manager of the Season last time. Two things that Louis van Gaal failed to do, but we've done it in FIFA 15. This is how the boys are looking. We lost Van Persie at the end of last year. His loan's up, which I'm a bit gutted about because he had a good year. But we've got Rooney, we've got Van Persie, and we've got Javier Hernandez back from Manchester United. I'm very excited to use him. But yeah, the team is looking very good indeed. We've got a few players back from loan as well. And yeah, we're looking very tidy indeed. We're in the Champions League this year, which I'm very excited about because we weren't in Europe last year. Good to see how we can test ourselves against some of the best teams in Europe. We've got 37 million quid to spend, which is not bad. I'm not really looking to sign anyone at the minute. I think we've got a really good team, but we'll have a look. Of course, we'll have a flipping look. Board of, they've set the standards low. They want us to win the league, to win the cup, and to win the get to the final of the Champions League. Sorry, I do apologise, but do the double and potentially do the treble if we win the Champions League. First things first, we had a transfer offer come in here for Daley Blind. I said, go on West Brom, give me £18.5 million. And guess what? They flipping did it and he was gone. £15.5 million in the transfer budget. Johnny Evans was gone for £6.5 million. I've got a man in my head who I want to sign. And yeah, if we could get him, it would be generational. Anyway, first game of the season. First bit of silverware on the line. It was a Community Shield final. We came forward early through Wazza. What a save from Thibaut Courtois. And Willian mucked up there. But yeah, playing against Chelsea in FIFA 15 is the most annoying thing ever. Because they just park the bus. How's that not a penalty?
Absolutely clearly sees that incident. He could have been killed. I think the FA has got to look into it.
First half was a bit of a ball fest anyway. Not much happened. Hazard with a chance there. How the hell is that not a penalty? That's 2 Stonewall penalties for one for either team. And even that looked like a handball there from David. But yeah, the ref is having an absolute stinker. A few chances for Chelsea. They were the better team in the first half. But going into the second half, it was Antonio Valencia down the right-hand side. What a player. Cuts it back to RVP. Handball. But it doesn't matter because it falls straight back to the Dutchman. And he puts us 1-0 up. Made a few changes as well. Bought on Hernandez. Bought on the forehead. And I've got to say, Hernandez on his date, his return to the club, what a player. He absolutely ripped Garay apart. Their new signing from Zenit, Ezekiel Garay, dead baller. And yeah, Hernandez just ripped him apart twice. Watch this. Through on goal, 1-on-1. Fabregas ain't getting near him and he just knocks it past him. I mean, Garay, mate, what are you even doing? What are you even doing here? And Cucho Hernandez makes it 3-0. And we've won the Community Shield, lads. Great start to the season. Lovely way to start with a bit of silverware. You love to see it. People say it's a pre-season game. Not for me. This is one of the biggest trophies in England. And we've won it straight away off the bat. Lift that trophy, boys. Gua! Then we had an interesting transfer offer come in. David De Gea for PSG. They offered 24 million. I said, go on, give me 45 and he's all yours. You've got to remember, we've got Valdez. They said 44.5 and I went, yeah, go on then. See you later, David. I know you're one of the best goalies in the world. You're 24 years old. We also said goodbye to Johnny Evans. But yeah, we've got Valdez and I need the money. Nani as well. I said 15 million, mate, get out there. And then we had the biggest signing of our lives. Cristiano Ronaldo, welcome home. £65 million plus Juan Mata. What a signing. Welcome home, my boy. CR7. Give him that 7 shirt straight away. Whoever's wearing it, get it off. We also signed Morgan Schneiderlin, which I thought was a pretty sneaky little signing. £14 million, 81 rated, 25 years old. He'll sit in that midfield next to Ander Herrera and just be the destroyer. He'll win all the tackles, he'll win all the headers. But that was deadline day, done. 2 players in, a massive clear out. We somehow made a profit as well. But we signed Cristiano Ronaldo. That's all that matters. Now it's time to have a look at the boys. And this is how we're lining up. Ronaldo's 93. Van Persie, Di Maria. I mean, our attack is absolutely deadly. Wayne Rooney just sat in that little pocket behind him. and behind that is Schneiderlin and Herrera. It's a great team. The defence is looking good as well. Giorgio's up to an 86. We've got Smalling or Jones lined up next to him. Rojo at left back, solid. This is our Champions League group, by the way, and I've got to be honest, it's a favourable one. If we don't get through that, I might as well write off the season. Zenit, Atletico Bilbao, young boys, which, well, one of my favourite team, young boys. Let's play some games. First up, it was Arsenal away at the Emirates, the team that finished runner-up to us last season. Always a dangerous team, but they found themselves in 20th going into it, 6 games into the season. We were 5 from 6. They were absolutely stinking the gaff up down the bottom, but they came forward first, and Danny Welbeck, good save from Valdez, showing us that it was worth selling David. They came forward again though, and Sanchez just rolls it in at the near post past Mr. Valdez. Possibly could have saved that. We had a chance here, a Cristiano free kick right on the edge of the box, pings the top of the bar, and Smalling was underneath it, and it was cleared off the line by Kieran Gibbs just on the 45-minute mark. How on earth we didn't score, I do not know. But going into the second half, it was Wazza playing it to Van Persie, who levels it up against his old team, and you already know that he's going to celebrate. Arsenal came forward again there with Sanchez just dragging it wide of the post. Ronaldo up against Mertesacker. See you later. What a save from David Ospina, and it finished 1-1. Absolutely gutted. But anyway, we moved on to Everton at Old Trafford, and to be honest with you, I thought this game was going to be a walk in the park. We started brilliantly, and Marouane against his old team. What a save from Joel Robles, by the way. An unbelievable stop. But yeah, I thought this one was going to be a walk in the park, to be honest. Everton at home, you're thinking, yeah, just get 3 points on the board. I don't care if it's 2-0, 2-1, 1-0. But it was all Everton. What a save this is from Victor Valdez. And then Darren Gibson putting a cross in, and it's some terrible defending. Lukaku nods it down to Kevin Morales, and they make it 1-0 with half an hour to go. Terrible defending, but who else would it be with 2 minutes on the clock to level it up? It's Cristiano, the most clutch player in human history, with a good finish. Potentially Robles could have saved it, but it finished 1-1. Slightly disappointing result, but we had to move on to Manchester City. We were 9th in the league at this point. We were in some terrible form. We just lost to Norwich, Swansea and Hull on the trot going into the Manchester derby. They were 2 points ahead of us. We were having a terrible year. Our job's in danger, and we've got to get a result here. But it was City who came forward first. Fernandinho playing it through to Yaya Toure, and again, where is our defence? It's in no man's land. And yeah, first half we couldn't create anything. A terrible miss there from Dzeko of all people. And so going into the second half, we decided to change formation. Ronaldo somehow missed that. We went to a 3-5-2. We also went all-out attack because I thought, you know what? We got nothing to lose. But it was Cristiano again. He says, oh my word, forgive me for my miss, Louis van Gaal. And he scores an absolute peach. He says, go on then, I'll do it myself. Left-footed, top bins. You do not save those, Willy Caballero. We came forward again though. It was Marcus Rojo this time, laying it off. Well, I say laying it off. He's been absolutely flattened, and the ball's ended up at Angel Di Maria's feet. But look at Cristiano go in the injury time, and he pokes it underneath Willy Caballero and makes it 3-1. We've got a massive result in a massive game. I forgot Ronaldo had another chance here about 30 seconds later up against Vincent Kompany, holds him off, goes around the goalkeeper, and then Kompany with a good block. But it doesn't matter because we won 3-1, and you know what? We won it deservedly. We had a massive result. 3 points. We leapfrogged City. That was all she wrote going into January. We're currently sat in 9th still. Even though that massive result against City, we're 9 points off the top. QPR top of the league and Everton second. I've got to say, I'm not surprised that Everton is second, considering how they played against us. They were class. Followed by Stoke. I mean, it's a weird, wacky top 4. We walked the Champions League group, obviously. 15 points, just 1 loss, 5 wins. Time to see who we've got in the round of 16. And it's Porto. It's an old foe. If you have a look in the bottom left of your screen, an old foe, Porto. Mourinho's old side. It's not going to be an easy game but there's certainly harder games to play. And then we had a bit of a weird transfer offer coming in here. AS Roma coming in for Di Maria. 48 million, they said. I said, you know what? Give me 68 and I'll consider it. Because you know what? He's not actually been that good this rebuild in total. His numbers speak for themselves. They've not been great. They said, do you know what? 55. I said, yeah. Go on then. See you later, Angel. He was sold. 46 million in the transfer budget. Looking for a replacement. I made a little shortlist because we've got about 80 million quid or so. But the man I wanted was Antonio Candreva. Have a look at his stats. We needed a bit of creativity because we weren't scoring enough goals. He's got 93 crossing. I said, you know what, Lazio, I'll give you 30 million for him. They went, yes, go on then. So we spent 30 million on our new right winger. And I said, you know what, I want a little bit more creativity in that midfield. So I said 25 million to Tottenham. They went, yeah, go on then. We've now got Christian Eriksen as well. 2 players in, 2 players out. Smalling left on a pre-contract. He's going next year. Don't care. 55 million spent, 55 million earned. We're break even, but we've bought in 2 quality players, game changers, and this is how we're lining up. Candreva already up to an 86. Eriksen, he's going to play in that deep line playmaker role next to Morgan Schneiderlin, which I think he will thrive in, just behind Rooney, just behind Van Persie. We're looking good. Time to play some more games. We had the second leg against Porto. We lost 2-1 in the first leg, got an away goal, but we're 2-1 down. Early doors, it was them to come forward first. This Gilas bloke with a very, very close shot, but we needed it, and it was who else to turn up but Cristiano. Knocks it round Michael, and he says, see you later. Chops inside. Cristiano still going into the box. Curls one. Great save from the goalkeeper, and then it was headed out. And look at this. Morgan Schneiderlin, our new boy, with all the time in the world, just to absolutely rifle one into the top left corner. And he says, calm down to the home fans. We're now ahead on away goals. But look at this from Morgan, of all people, to do it. You don't expect him. He's, 25 yards out, and it's curling. Maybe the keeper's off his line. Terrible goalkeeping, I've got to be honest, but great finish from Morgan nonetheless. Porto went, do you know what, I'm not having that. They came back through Mikel, who rolls it underneath Victor Valdez. I don't know if that's John Obi Mikel. I don't think it is. But still, it's disallowed. He's offside. They came forward again. Gilas again hitting the inside of the post. I've got to say, they were unlucky not to score. Cristiano with a shot here. Comes out to Candreva, the new boy. And a great block from Alexandro. But from the resulting corner, Candreva puts it in. Eriksen gets up, doesn't get it. And then he gets up again. What a bullet header from our Danish creative midfielder, who's for some reason not taking a corner. He should be taking it. But what a header that is from the Dane. It's in as well. It's miles in. They've gone to goal line technology. I've gone, do you know what, mate? We don't even need it. I can see from up here that it's miles in. Not what we signed him for. But Danilo for Porto put a cross in, and Valdez did that.
Last time I was on it, he's the best football player in the world.
I genuinely think that's the greatest save I've ever seen. Porto came forward again. How the hell they didn't score this game?
Okay, so you know, let's not take the piss here.
Stats say we dominated. We definitely didn't. How they didn't score is an absolute mind-blowing miracle. We came to Anfield though. It's another massive game. And you know what? This was huge because we were sat in third, but we were 11 points off Everton. If we lose or we draw, it's pretty much season over. And it was Liverpool who came forward early. Sterling giving it to Stevie G. He would love to ruin our party, wouldn't he? Cristiano had a shot there. Good save from Mignolet. Then Sturridge decided to assault Schneiderlin.
Hey, have a fucking word with him then, ref!
Should have been arrested for assault, but Liverpool came forward. Balotelli clipping one in, and the defence again. I don't know what it is with our defence. It's absolute chaos. But ball to the back post. Rojo dives in. Liverpool then got a penalty. It was absolute chaos at the back for us, and Mario Balotelli steps up against Victor Valdez, who looks so small in that red net, and yeah, he absolutely buried it. Great penalty, can't lie. And then he decides to shush the away fans, the ex-Manchester City man, with some pure disrespect to the United fans. I mean, again, how we didn't score here. Goalmouth scramble, Eriksen couldn't bury it. No one could bury it, and we lost 2-0 to Liverpool. Also, boys, I've had an absolute stinker, and I can only apologise but we lost to Real Madrid, and I played the second leg. We lost the first leg 1-0, played the second leg, lost 1-0 as well. Aguero scored against us, of course he did. But yeah, we hit the post through Ronaldo, and like that was about it. They pretty much dominated us. And we lost in the Champions League quarterfinals. I can only apologise for losing the footage, but yeah, let's move on. So it was pretty much season over, but we decided to play Tottenham at White Hart Lane. 2 games left. We can't win the league, but we can spoil Spurs' top 4 hopes. And I've got to say, this game was an absolute bloody slobber knocker. 30 minutes in, Lewis Holtby puts Tottenham ahead, and then Cristiano says, do you know what? Why did you just foul me 30 yards out? He gets a free kick from 37 yards out, and he goes, do you know what? Who cares? I'm having a strike. Oh my word, Cristiano. What have you just done? He scored one of the best goals of the whole series. It's like Rooney's on the last day last year. Who remembers that? I think Ronaldo's was slightly better. I mean, the technique is absolutely outrageous. He rolls back the ears. Look at this, the knuckleball. He's actually bent it round the wall. But Michel Vorm, with absolutely no chance at all. There's something about free kicks at the end of the season. Obviously that Rooney one as well. But look at this. I mean, the bend on it is curling. The knuckle. Cristiano, mate, stop that. We came forward again. A great ball over to Ronaldo, who's just got the pace over Kyle Walker, and he buries it. And it's 2-1 to us. We've turned it around in 17 minutes. Or not even that, in 7 minutes. We've come back, and then on the brink of half-time, Van Persie should have scored. He's had a terrible season, I've got to be honest. Should have scored that one as well in the second half. But yeah, really disappointing season from him. Chris Smalling, though, gets on the end of a corner, nods it home. The man probably on his last game for the club. But look at that for a pass. Antonio Valencia and Cristiano on the stretch gets his hat-trick with 20 minutes to go. It's 4-1. We're absolutely battering Spurs, who came forward again. Etienne Capoue with a nice finish there. But there's only 15 minutes left. We had another corner, and Cristiano scored again. He got his 4th of the match. It was 5-2. What a way to end the season. Cristiano, it's his leaving game. And you know what? In the last minute, he goes, see you later. He chops inside. What a goal. He gets his 5th of the match. What a player. And this is why we bought him, to score 5 goals away at White Hart Lane. Absolute joke of a performance. And yeah, that was the end of the season really. Slightly disappointing. We finished 3rd. 9 points off Everton, who walked away with it in the end. I mean, I know Everton's team was good back then, but it was no better, definitely not better than ours or Chelsea's. Cristiano took home the golden boot, which is nice to see. Also, Rooney was down there on 8, I think. But yeah, disappointing season. Rooney also got most assists, which was nice to see. Eriksen got some as well. So our signings definitely worked. We improved as the season went on as well. Considering we were in 9th in January, yeah, we definitely got better. Also, guys, the fact that we haven't completed a single objective. We didn't win the league. We didn't win the FA Cup. We got absolutely destroyed in the FA Cup. We didn't even get near to it. And then we didn't win the Champions League. I'm worried about keeping my job here. I think I might lose my job. But yeah, Eriksen was a good signing. Schneiderlin, I really enjoyed using. I thought he was class. Rooney had a decent season. Candreva was okay as well. He's gone up. He's an 86 rated. Van Persie was terrible. He was absolute dog. I miss Falcao. Cristiano was ridiculous. 95 rated he's gone up to. And he scored 29 and got 7 assists. Obviously, that 5 goals against Tottenham did help. But yeah, I'm worried about keeping my job. So yeah, let's go and find out if we actually keep it. Bollocks, the United board have screwed us over again. We've lost our job. That's the Louis van Gaal FIFA 15 career mode over.